Good afternoon, Merrimack community. Hope everybody's had a fantastic week and is looking forward to a great weekend. This week, the big thing this week has been is Counselor Appreciation Week. Oh, and the fact that we had a full week of school for the first time in 2023, so that's been exciting. Next week's going to be a short week again, and then we have President's Day, so the next couple weeks will be short again. But it was nice to get in a nice full week. No snow days, none of those unexpected things. So it's been a good week. As I mentioned before, was also Counselor Appreciation Week. Some of you may know this, some may not. But prior to becoming an administrator, I was a school counselor for a little while. So while I'm a little bit biased, obviously, I do think school counselors have a special role, a special place with me, partly because I have done it and because I see the work that they do every day. So it was great this week to kind of get to celebrate that, and in particular to celebrate Mr. Henderson. I have had the opportunity to work with lots of school counselors, but Mr. Henderson is a true gift. School counselors, they have a unique role in the building. They're not here to necessarily just teach kids. They're not here to work with staff like I do or do some of those other things. They are here just simply for the people. Like they do have a curriculum, but it's not the same in what we ask the classroom teachers to do. They are really here just to fill in those spaces and to become that bubble wrap that is around each of the kids in our building, and also for our adults. Our staff uses Mr. Henderson for many things, and our parents use Mr. Henderson. Community members use Mr. Henderson. He is a true asset to our building and everything a school counselor should be. He's one of those things that sometimes, if you may not have had the chance to interact with him, it can feel like you're not sure. But he's a powerful force behind the scenes, kind of helping to take care of all of us. So on this Counselor Appreciation Week, I just wanted to take a second and just say thank you to Mr. Henderson for all the work that he does and everything that goes on there. So he's a true gift. Now, looking forward to next week, we got a few things coming up. I hope you guys all had a chance last week to check out what I put out my first profile of what I'm calling our profiles of the profile with Dr. Patel, who talked a little bit about the importance of the profile of a graduate skills and how they're starting to impact our work here in the district. The next one I'm going to be doing is with a lady by the name of Joanne McKecken. She is an author. She has written several books, including, actually, I got one sitting right here. She's a co-author on this book that talks about deep learning and the importance of those things. She currently works, she runs an organization called the Learner First, and she works across the world looking at what she calls contributive learning. Like, how do we get students ready to contribute back to society and a lot of those other 21st century type skills that they need. So she's on many boards across the world. She's worked in multiple countries. She's currently working very closely with the nation of New Zealand and helping to shape some of their education work. She's done work in Australia. I had the chance to work with her for several years also. So we have a great conversation just about, contributive learning, the profile of a graduate, how these things kind of go in together, the work that she's doing around the world, how she sees some of these things happening in other countries. And, in a world that's becoming ever more flat, our competition and what we want for our students isn't just here in our backyard in St. Louis or even our country, but we have to, there is that sense that it's a fairly globally connected world. So those skills that we know are important, we want to, other countries are looking at those also. So we want to make sure we're also giving them to our students. So that'll be coming up next week. And then the other big piece that I have for next week is we have our Valentine's Day parties that'll be taking place next Thursday afternoon. So we'll be excited for all the kids to get a chance to do that. As they'll be excited for those events that happen next Thursday. So big week. It's a short week. Thank you again to Mr. Henderson. I hope you guys all had a chance to check out that video. I'll be putting the next one up with Joanne that I just talked about. That'll come up next week at some point in time. So be on the lookout for that. And then just let me know if you need anything else, and have a great weekend.